everyone, my name is Sharon, also known as Sagefira, and welcome back to my playthrough of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, recorded live over on Twitch. Last time, the adults in our life decided to give us the talk about our changing bodies alongside Nemi. In order to forget about that mortifying experience, we threw ourselves into studying life sciences in hopes of pursuing a career in geoponics when we are older. While eating lunch one day, we have a serious talk with our parents.
Sagefira, your mom says, there's something that we should tell you. We've tried to shelter you from some things, but we think you should know now why we've been working so hard in geoponics. There's a meeting after lunch, and I want you to come with us. Okay, sure. I want to support you. You follow your parents to the council room. Mars has also tagged along, and you take a seat near them as your mom and Aunt Anne stand to address the council. After Udicott officially calls the meeting, she gestures to your mom. I'm not going to mince words, your mom says firmly. All of our efforts to increase food production in geoponics have failed. Especially given the failure of the pixie beans. The destruction of the fields during the last attack put the nail in our coffin. By the end of the year, the colony will run out of food. Oh shoot! That's actually really bad. Oh no. The rest of the council murmurs in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified looks. You've been doomsaying about our food supply for 2 years, Flulu, Rhett questions. Do you mean to say we're past the point of no return? Your mother nods grimly. I am afraid so. Even with rationing, without securing a Vertumnan food source, all our supplies will run out by wet season. She gestures to Anne, whose face is grave. Anne and I have gone over the supplies and come up with food plans. We've crunched the numbers. Your mom sighs and spreads her hands. I'm sorry. Geoponics should have been producing better by now. We should have been able to wean ourselves off of soy rations. During wormhole transit, when we lost geoponics in the hull breach. She sighs again. I know I've said it so many times, but our crops just don't grow here. We need those algae tanks. We needed the microbial soil from Earth. Why weren't we told earlier? Yeah, Mars agrees. Why weren't we told? We have a right to know. We live here too. She stands up and slams her hands on the table. We've been here for 4 years, and we could have been helping this whole time, and all you did was have meetings about it. The council looks at Mars with surprise, and then contempt. Udicott chuckles weakly, down again, confused by Udicott's words, but fuming at her dismissive tone. So, what do we do now? Instance asks. Starving to death isn't an option. No, it isn't, your mom replies. We need to secure a food source this year, before our rations run out. We are working double shifts in geoponics, but it's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, nurturing the soil. We need more hands. I can pull back the surveyors and focus on foraging native plants, Utopia offers. Even the young folks can help if they've proven themselves around the survey equipment. I'll send out a holo message later. Alright, so now we can forage in the valley. That's a new activity. Love that. This has been the burden of geoponics for too long, Udicott says. It's time we all step up. For our future. The council nods in agreement, and your stomach rumbles. Ominously. Gained status, starving. Oh no. Hunger makes it difficult to do physical tasks. Physical skill increases, reduced by 1. Oh, that's rough. The question is, I guess, should we spend time foraging now, or should we continue our mental stuff before we do that? I mean, let's see. So, they said that we would run out of food by the wet season. Wet season is in 4 months. So we have 4 months to find a source of food. Yeah, I feel like the best thing to do here would be to forego our studying and go out and forage. Right? That has to be it, right? Because we can't waste time. We can't waste time continuing to study. We need to find a way to make food. We need to find a way to find food. Unfortunately, our stress is at 65, so we're only going to be able to get a handful of events done, but that's still better than nothing. So yeah, I think that's the plan. We're gonna go and forage. We need to help. We need to help find food. All right. Hello, Dice. But yeah, I think the best thing for us to do just to be go foraging in the valley. Hey, and we're gonna get biology skill. That's exactly what we need too, because that's what we were working on previous to finding out the bad news about the food shortfall. So before we do that, I am going to go ahead and swap my gear around a bit. Because I want to get because these are going to be physical challenges, I'm pretty sure. So I want to make sure that I'm prepared for that. But, all right, chat. Are you ready? Let's hold my hand, chat. We're going to go and forage in the valley. And we're going to hope that we find a way to find some sort of food source. Because we're going to starve to death if we don't find something. So here we go. Into the valley we go. Into the unknown, one might say. Hello, Utopia. Utopia greets you warmly as you muster for your first expedition with the foraging team. Sagefira, I'm glad you could make it. We need everyone we can out here right now, boosting our food supplies. I'm ready to sniff out those tasties. Good luck hunting out there, she says, handing you an oversized backpack, more like a basket than a pack. Use your holopalm to identify edible and medicinal plants, and just throw them in here. I'll sort them back at base camp. Oh, and keep on a lookout for creatures. It's pretty peaceful out there in the valley, but even a little bug will get you if you're not careful. Go slow, pay attention to your surroundings, and if you're unsure about something, don't approach it. Stay on the path and don't get lost. We don't call it the Valley of Vertigo for nothing. Any questions? I can flirt with Utopia? How old is Utopia? Utopia's 27. She's twice our age. But look at her. We're a teenager. I feel like we can excuse being a little horn dog because we're teenager. Oh, I'm so tempted. Should I do it? I kind of want to. What's a fine lady like you doing in a place like this? You cheeky hop-eye, she laughs, shaking her head and vigorously waving her hands to shut you up. You making fun of my accent? Now go on, you rascal, get! I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, Utopia, you're beautiful, and I'm gonna leave now. Goodbye! We did it. We did it. Alright, so we are out here in the Valley of Vertigo. I think this is the first time we've been out here during Pollen, and it's very pretty. Last time we were out here, it was during the quiet season. So we're gonna go and forage for food because again, we are in a dire situation right now. Oh wait, no, we've never been in the valley before. We've only been to the plains. Oh, this is brand new, actually. Now that I think about it, what is this? A yellow flower. Ooh. So I can literally just... Wow, that's amazing. So the fact that I have high perception, I can literally just run around and do whatever I want. I don't have to do any of these events. That's awesome. So that is the bonus of having 100 perception, y'all. Slip past all path blocking explorer events. So we can just run around and grab collectibles off the floor, and then we can pick and choose what events we want to do. Oh, that's interesting. Might want to do that one. But, like, at least this is a really great way to get collectibles, though. A hefty red Xeno egg. Let's go. Oh, and then we have a quest thing up here, which is good. So maybe we could start with that? Because every time you explore, there's always events like this, and these are the ones that, like, actually matter. They're the ones that give you, like, really big bonuses, I think. Also, look, Riki Tiki, it's your family! Riki Tiki, look, your family! Maybe we can adopt more Riki Tiki Varikis. That'll be fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the events. We'll do the events first, and then we'll work our way backwards. So I actually want to start with the one that was up here. This one looked more interesting to me. This one. The one that's up on this, like, plateau. You're alone, exploring an unmapped area of the Valley of Vertigo. The pollen is thick here, and your air filter is overworked. A warning light has been flashing orange for the last 10 minutes. But there are plants here that you've never seen before. Flowers with intense rainbow hues and strange lumps of fungal matter that pulse as if they're breathing. You cut some samples. Utopia will totally give you extra kudos for these. The pollen is especially thick up ahead, deep fuchsia and shimmering with color. Everything here seems to dance with tiny flecks of reflected light. It's kind of magical. Let's keep going! You push forward into the suffocating pink fog. It's so thick you can only see a few meters ahead. You follow the glimmering towards where it is densest. You come upon a glade filled with what seems to be strange topiaries. They loom out of the glittering fog, each in the shape of an animal. They're all formed from the same spongy, glittering pink substance and dotted with finger-length fungal growths. You're so distracted you almost fall into a large hole in the center of the glade. Let's check for danger. Like, this is like the equivalent of when you play D&D. Always check for traps before you do anything else. Let's check for danger. You've seen plant-like animals before. Are these topiaries actually predators waiting for you to get close? You watch them carefully from the edge of the glade. They're completely still, not breathing. There are no life signs. Good. Your envirosuit beeps a warning. Let's inspect the topiaries. The topiary you choose is a large dog-sized quadruped which appears to be kneeling. It's far too lifelike. As you get close, you realize with growing revulsion this was once a living creature, now encased or transformed entirely into the sparkling pink fungus. It's dead. You remember helping Tans for an extra credit in biology class. She said that the shimmer, the seasonal illness that affects your dad in Pollen, is some kind of colonizing fungal growth. Could this be related? Your envirosuit beeps a louder warning. I need to take a sample. This could help our father. As you bend down to take a sample, you realize the dense shining haze is coming from the topiaries. The fog is seeping out of the holes at the end of each fungal growth. You break off a few of the growths into a collection vial. The more you think about it, the more you're sure this is related to the shimmer. We've got to investigate the last thing, right? We can't just leave. Let's look into the hole. At the bottom of the hole is a cave. It slopes down gradually towards the cave floor, only about 4 meters below, then disappears underground. You aren't sure how far the cave continues past that point. It's dark down there, obviously, but not silent. There's some kind of strange rhythmic whirring coming from inside the cave. You hold up your palm and shine your hollow palm's light. The cave floor glitters with pink fungus and the air is ominously choked with it. Oh my god, climb into the hole! I don't know about that. Okay, let's do this. Let's save before the hole. I'm gonna just save just in case this somehow kills us, but I can't help but wanna, like, come on, like, you gotta explore. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. Here we go. You make your way down the gentle slope towards the cave. The thick, shimmering pollen makes it hard to see farther than your hand. You see 3 glowing vats set into the floor like neon hot tubs, and an old-fashioned mechanical interface set into the cave wall. The reflecting glow from the vats flickers on the cave ceiling, ghost-like and beautiful. You feel a strong urge to take off your mask and stay a while. Oh, I don't like that. Oh my gosh. Play with the liquid in the vats, poke at the mechanical interface. I don't like this at all. I'm not gonna play with the liquid in the vats. Poke at the mechanical interface or leave. I am gonna poke at the mechanical interface. Oh no, I didn't realize we took our mask off. Unmasked, you cross the cave and lay your hands on the interface. It feels spongy, almost alive. Instantly, you can feel your mind blasted open by everything, all at once, as if 1,000 pairs of eyes all turn their terrible gaze upon you. You're thrown back by the shock, which brings you to your senses with a snap. The pollen! The sparkling dust feels like tiny knives in your sinuses and a heavy, choking pain in your lungs. Why did you take your mask off? You slap your suit helmet back on to see its light flashing red, indicating filter overload. You lurch out of the cave and back towards the checkpoint, barely able to breathe. You know you need to get out of here, but a small part of you wants to go back down there. To stay in this glade. Forever. Oh wow, that ended our exploration. As you near the checkpoint, Utopia runs out to help you. You instinctively turn back, unthinking, wanting to return to the fog, to those strange statues. You collapse in her arms. Several days later, you awake. You don't remember much, just a great choking heaviness in your lungs, and the world swallowing you up and closing over your head. You have snippets of conscious thought from the past few days, but it's hard to tell if it was a dream or not. Escaping the Shimmer Glade. Oh, wow. Okay. Not the best card, but we escaped. We didn't get turned into a topiary. And we got the cutting of the fungus. And I don't know, I did it very quickly because I wanted to keep reading the dialogue, but when I highlighted it, it said that it was part of the Shimmer cure. So it's very, very possible that by doing that, we might be able to cure Shimmer, which means, crossing our fingers, we might be able to save our dad. We might be able to save our dad from Shimmer, and that's exciting. Even if it means a wasted month of work, that is worth it. You remember Tammy sitting by your bedside, her cool hand on your forehead. But she's dead. That part must have been a dream. It feels like you had a fever once. Hot and sticky, achy all over like you've been boiled alive. You're still terribly weak, but there is pain in your chest like someone has been sitting on it. It takes all of your energy just to breathe. You live, but your body took a serious hit and may never be quite the same. Oh, -5 toughness, bummer. And we're injured? You're injured and should rest. Physical skill, oh my gosh. We are struggling. We are struggling. But again, if we ended up finding a cure to Shimmer, it's worth it all. So let's get some rest. But hopefully that was worth it. I really hope it was worth it. Oof. We're in late Pollen. Okay. So we only did one event because, you know, we got hypnotized by the fungus. So we only did one event. We did come away with a possible cure to Shimmer, which is good. Our stress is so high that if we go out there, we're only going to get to do 1, maybe 2 events. I can't remember if the events cost 10 or 15. So I'm actually thinking that the play here might be to go rest early, so that, because it'll also potentially get rid of this buff. It'll get rid of this debuff. So I think the play here might be to rest for a month and then go into the season of dust absolutely swinging and doing our very best to find food for the colony, because we did not succeed at that this time. We potentially found a cure for Shimmer, but we didn't find any food. So hopefully if we rest this month and then spend 3 months exploring, maybe we can do it. That's the plan, chat. That's the plan. So we have 3 different options for resting. The mood in geoponics is tense. Everyone is working themselves to the point of exhaustion, trying to get enough plants in the ground to survive this year. So one of our options for relaxing is relaxing in the park. Forget 1 memory, minus 100 stress. And I think that also allows us to do something for our animal too, doesn't it? Level 2, pet perk. Upgrade pet cards via relaxing in the park, so that might be worth it. We could relax in the barracks, the living quarters rather, but I think that one is like the standard relaxation. It doesn't really give us any bonuses. And we could also relax on the walls, which gives us friendship with dice, which is nice, but I think I would really like to do, I would like to upgrade Riki Tiki. I love Riki Tiki. So I think we're gonna go ahead and relax in the park. Yeah. Your mom is tending to her garden as you relax nearby. You're both happy to leave each other alone, but you can hear her muttering to herself as she pulls weeds. Every day, she grumbles. You'd think I was never here at all. With how some of these weeds grow, I thought that bringing only nice plants would mean that we wouldn't have to weed as much, but these Vertumnan plants, they're unstoppable. She pulls hard on one weed, which turns out to be a huge creeping vine that yanks out a few flowers. I just want one place on this planet that's ours. I'm gonna help her pull weeds. An act of service. Love language. Service. I feel like our mom's love language would be service, don't you think? You get down there and help your mom pull weeds for the better part of the afternoon. It's surprisingly hard work. By the end, your back and shoulders are aching and the palms of your hands are on fire. Your mom dumps a huge armful of weeds into a wheelbarrow. These go all the way to the edge of the colony, she says wearily. Whatever plant these roots belong to, they're invading my garden. She turns toward the wall and yells, "Stupid pink bastard! Stay out there where you belong!" Oh my gosh, Mom is getting really stressed out, and I can't blame her. Oh dear. Alright, so we got minus on the 100 stress, and I don't really want to forget either of these, to be honest, because they're actually pretty decent. Because we have 3 hooked on your hollow palms, and our deck is very physical based, so I don't really want to forget either of those things. So we're just gonna do that. Though we didn't get to upgrade our pet. I thought that we were able to upgrade our pet by being in the park. That's what our perk says. We're clear-minded. We get 10% chance to get bonus plus 1 when increasing skills. Let's go. But, alright, so we're in the month of dust. Again, the colony food shortfall is horrific right now. We're at negative 100%. We're starving. So, the notice board says, if you can hold a basket, you can be on a foraging team. Come see me, head of Expeditions Utopia. Or me, Chief Cultivator Fluorescent. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to spend our time, we're going to go forage. We're going to go forage because we desperately need to find a way to help with the colony food because that is bad. We're all starving. We were literally told that if we don't find a food source before the next season, so we have 3 months. If we don't find a food source in 3 months, we are going to run out of food. So we need to figure it out and fast. Before we head out to do our foraging, let's go ahead and talk to Tangent. Let's have a heart-to-heart with our favorite friend. You spot Tange sitting on a large boulder outside the lab. She's eating a pressed soy bar ration with determination, alternating bites with huge gulps of water to wash it down as quickly as possible. Tange, what are you doing out here? She stops her grim work long enough to acknowledge your question. I hit the limit on the number of consecutive hours they'll allow me to work in the lab, she says. So I'm taking a break, she says, making mocking air quotes around the sentence. How dare they make you take a break? That's what I said, Tange replies. They just think they can boss me around because I'm younger. She scoffs. I'm smarter than any 2 of them combined. Ugh, Tange groans and rubs her bloodshot eyes. I just want to work, you know? It's so frustrating to be deep in the zone and feeling like I'm just on the precipice of a discovery. And then someone tells me that apparently my genius is taking too long. I want them to treat me like I belong there, the way Dr. Instance does, Tange mutters. She actually respects me. They're just jealous that she likes me more. Tange slides off the boulder and you see the color bleed from her face as she stumbles into you, nearly crumpling to the ground. Oh, she grits out, leaning over while the dizziness passes. I thought the nutritional uptake of that bar would be quicker than the real meal, especially after taking into account the time required to walk to the cafeteria. She trails off, realizing she's clutching your jacket and pushes you away. Oh, hello, Tangent. Come closer. Come closer. My apologies, she says, brushing herself off. I am, regrettably, it seems, only human. Oh, Tangent, it's okay to be human. It's all right. I accept you, flaws and all. Tange scrubs her hands over her face. Sometimes it feels like I'm a prisoner in my own body, like I can feel myself trapped in it, this stinking, sweating bag of meat and bad impulses, stuck with the burden of keeping it alive every day or the rest of my life, and her voice breaks. Say nothing. Tange takes a few seconds to compose herself, blotting her eyes daintily with her knuckles. It's just this resentment for my physical form. It reminds me of when I was little and, instance, used the gene tech to give me this body. The right body. Only this body's wrong too, she adds quietly. It's right in a lot of ways, but it's still imperfect. It's still human. If I were an AI, everything would be so much more simple. I could just do my work. I could just do what I'm good at. No messy biological functions, no emotions, just clear and beautiful purpose. I hate this, Tange sniffles. I hate feeling like this. I think you're beautiful just the way you are, Tangent. She didn't like that. No! I just want you to love me, please! Tange scowls. How nice for you, she sneers. You're right. People finding me attractive makes everything all better. Never mind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the pain of being trapped in your own body. Oof. I messed up there, chat. She wipes her eyes and straightens her jacket, then takes a deep breath and holds it for 10 seconds, her eyes closed. By the time she opens them again, she looks like she's ready to go back to work as if nothing has happened. You admire Tangent's determination, but sometimes you think it might come at a price. Tangent's focus too. +6 if this has the highest value. Ooh, let's go. And we learned some stuff about Tangent. Let's go ahead and... what's the more? Oh, we learned about her stats. Okay. Look at that. We now know that she is in the middle place of rebellion and loyalty. She's stoic rather than humorous, and she's intelligent rather than silly. Let's go. Interesting. So that's stuff we can learn about every single character if we get to know them. To be fair, that probably was not the best way to respond to that, because I should have just acknowledged her feelings. It doesn't matter how I feel, it matters how she feels. Now that I think about it, it definitely was a really shallow response to what she said. I'm slowly starting to realize that the best way to support Tangent sometimes is just to be there and to listen. I don't need to coddle her, and I don't need to, you know, reassure her. Like, reassurance, I like reassurance as a person, but just because I do doesn't mean she needs me to reassure. She knows she's awesome. She knows she's smart. She knows she's capable. I don't need to tell her these things. So I think I need, as I move forward in trying to win her heart, I need to keep that in mind, definitely, because I think that might be my shortcoming when it comes to interacting with poor Tangent. You know, the funny thing is I didn't even read the other options. Like, I saw the little flirtation icon and I clicked on it instantly. There were 2 other options and I have no idea what they were. Like, they probably were clearly the better option, and I just didn't choose them because flirting, ooh, I love flirting. Like, I gotta think about my choices here. Twa says, Tange will be the one suffering the most from starvation since she needs more food because of her gift. Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Oh, I hope I have a chance to, like, give her my food or something. I just want to help her as best as I can. Oh, can we give Tangent a gift before we go, actually? Here. Yeah, let's give her a present. She likes the medicinal roots. Who else are we pretty good friends with, actually? Let's just go ahead and continue to... we can give gifts to everyone. Nemi grabs you by the shoulders. Sagefira, you gotta help me, she says urgently. Mom keeps talking about how we're all gonna have to start having babies, and she gets this look about her. I don't want to have any scungy babies. Nemi shudders with her whole body. Why they gotta be in this girl body anyway? I'm tougher and stronger than lots of boys. And no one's telling them they gotta have babies. Right? Right? Ugh. Anyway, Nemi, here, I got you a Xeno egg. I know it's your favorite. Cool, thanks, Nemi says, taking the egg. I guess it is my birthday this week. I kind of forgot. It's your birthday, Nemi? I totally knew that. It totally wasn't an accident that I learned your birthday. I totally knew. Yeah, we knew that, right, chat? Wink, wink, we knew it was her birthday. Yeah, let's just go ahead and give presents to everybody. Cal trundles by you with an empty wheelbarrow. Hey, Sagefira, he calls out. Get in, we're going planting. Before you go, here, I have a Xeno egg for you, pal. Is that an alien egg? Cal exclaims. Wow, I wonder what's inside it. If it's still warm, maybe we can hatch it. He lifts it up and scrutinizes it. Anemone's always talking about wanting to eat a big old alien egg, he says. If this one's not fertilized, I'll give it to her. And I saw that I have an event available too. Hey, do you want to hear a fun nature fact, Cal? You recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hop-eyes. Hop-eyes have 1 foot and 2 tail forks and 3 stomachs and 4 eyes. That's fine. That's not terrifying at all. And if you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal laughs, finishing the mnemonic for you. Wait, how did they find out that hop-eyes have 3 stomachs? Ugh, I don't want to know. Let's see. Mars clutches her stomach and acts faint. I'm starving, she whines. Don't they see I'm literally wasting away here? You would offer her a protein bar, but she'd probably just complain that she's been reduced to taking charity, so you keep it to yourself. What do you think she likes? Let's give her a flower. I feel like she'd like a flower. She holds up the flower and takes a look at it. A flower? A cheap gift, but I suppose it'll look good in my hair. Thank you. Oh, let's go. Lucky guess with the gift there. And then, where's Dice? I want to give Dice a present as well before I get going. Where is he? Oh, he's over here. Hello, Dice. You catch Dice scrolling through his hollow palm. I used to watch a lot of videos, he says, frowning. I don't know why. It's all garbage. Who cares about this stuff? It's not real. Dice gestures to the wilderness. That's real. Let's give him a mushwood log. Thank you, Dice says, clearly unsure how to react. I'll find something to do with it. So he doesn't like wood. Your dad is looking a little gaunt. There wasn't a lot of weight on him to lose in the first place, so the rationing is hitting him harder than most. Oh no, he's still hard at work though. Nothing can keep your dad from getting things done. Papa, no! Mom, are you okay? You should drink water and get lots of sleep, your mom tells you. Famine back on Earth was a fact of life. We were lucky in the compound, but that's what made us a target for attacks. You have to learn how to manage your hunger, because you won't always have enough food. She gestures widely with her arm. Even here, in paradise. Oh my gosh, like, it's getting really dark. Like, I'm quite scared about the starvation things here. Now that we are all rested and we have given gifts to everybody, we've checked on our father, checked on our mom. They are very overworked, but we are going to take care of them as best we can. We're going to find a way to help with the food shortfall. We're gonna go foraging, and we're gonna hope for the best. All right. So, since we have all of our stress, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do maybe like a handful of these along the way. There's one more big story event at the end, but I'm worried that if we do it badly like we did last time, we might end our expedition. So I think I'm gonna do like a handful of events along the way as we go to that big event at the end. So let's do one with another Variki. Maybe we can get Riki Tiki the Variki a friend. Variki are carnivores, you think, but the juveniles are too small to take out anything larger than an insect. Not so much the case with this one. The Variki blocking your path is pretty large, probably about as tall as your waist, and it's growling at you over the carcass of something, even bigger, which seems to be missing its head. Yuck. You're not sure if it killed or scavenged the dead animal, but it's dragged it onto the path and looks ready to fight you for it. I don't really want to fight it. I feel bad fighting it while my Variki is there. So I'm gonna wait for it to leave. You back off and wait. It sits there and gnaws at the animal slowly for hours. It's disgusting. Eventually it rolls over and takes a nap, its many legs kicked up in the air and its tummy bulging. You try to sneak by, but it wakes back up with a hiss. It finally drags the rest of the carcass into a tree and you can pass. I just didn't feel right attacking a Variki in front of Riki Tiki. You understand, right, chat? I didn't want to show our Riki Tiki that we would attack a Variki just because they're in the way. I'm interested in this flower. Let's check out this flower, shall we? You find a tripit, a large, tasty plant? Kind of? You've heard it's sort of like an animal too. Like a lot of creatures on Vertumna, it kind of defies classification. Whatever it is, it's huge. It's practically taller than you are. Let's harvest some stalks. You start breaking off the freshest, youngest looking shoots. The plant shudders. Oh, let's analyze it. We gotta make sure that we're not hurting it too badly. So we're gonna do a little animal challenge. It's a 3-part challenge and we've gotta get 65. Oh dear. Let's go ahead and go with the straight. To get us 18. Me trying to figure out the best way to do this. 3. So 3, 4, 5. That got us 24 points. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now we just need 23 points off of a 5-card hand, and we have lots of options. That's really good. I mean, honestly, do you think it's worth just like doing that? 29. What if I do that instead? 31. Sure, that works for me. Why not? Yay, animal skill! That's good, because we want to max out our animal skill, because we want to work with our papa! Yeah, this plant is definitely alive and definitely sentient, like an animal. It's definitely not happy that you're ripping its limbs off. Hard to tell if it's in pain, really, but you'd say discomfort at the least. Ooh. Alive and sentient like an animal. Oh, this is tough, because we're really hurting for food. We're starving. Oh my gosh, that's tough. I want to keep harvesting it because we're in need, but that doesn't mean we should be cruel to an animal, right? Times are hard. We need maybe one more time. We'll harvest a little bit and then we'll leave it alone, maybe? It keeps shuddering. You hear a low, long whistle and realize it's coming out of the tripet's holes, like a very quiet bagpipe slowly contracting. Oh, we're only getting kudos. We're not even getting food. We're not even getting food. So like, no. You stop harvesting the tripet stalks and let it recover in peace. You make note on your map of where it is, but oddly, you never find it again. Yeah, that's not I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's go ahead and try this one. You come across a curious sponge-like hive, pockmarked with holes, containing a wriggling grub and oozing a sweet-smelling syrup. Atop the hive is what appears to be the hive queen, looking like... Oh, wait. Her swollen abdomen is the hive? She's rooted here, probably drawing nutrients from the soil like a plant, where she tends to her larvae. Utopia mentioned these. It's a squeeger hive. Sneak up and harvest honey. We need food. We need food, chat. Random card locked in one slot. All cards under 2 become 2. Huh. Okay. Maybe this? Yeah, we got 20 from that already. Okay. So all strength cards under 2 become 2. Okay. So... +1 for each gem on other cards. What a frustrating place for this to be, honestly. Like I wish I could move that. That's really frustrating. Because, like, I could do that, but that feels like it's not the best way to do that. I mean, I'll take it. Now we just need 17. Easy. Okay. So we will play this... and that, and then this for the gem. Oh, I wish I could do 777. Wouldn't that be nice? Alas, we are not able to because we can't move Anemone's loyalty. But that's okay. We got the super goal of 40. We did pretty well. I'll take it. All right. The calm hive queen has only a rudimentary danger sense. Squeeger hives can be very defensive when they sense danger to their young. But so long as you don't set off the workers or the larvae, you're free to walk right up to her. What a name for a creature, huh? Squeeger? The squeeger hive. You gently avoid hurting any of the babies as you scrape her copious honey into a collector. Yay, we got food! That's a good thing, right? We did good? We did good? Here is the other event, like the story event. Let's do some more of these Variki events, and then maybe we'll go do the story event. You come across not just one Variki, but a swarm of them, mostly just baby ones about the size of your head. Can you just imagine for a second? Imagine just a whole group of these little creatures just like wobbling on the floor. Like, if you turned the corner and you saw that, what would you do? You come across not just one Variki, but a whole swarm of them, mostly just baby ones about the size of your head. They're all amassed around a massive tree, scurrying up and down the trunk. When you see the tree itself under the swarm, you notice it's the same pale pink as a baby Variki. Its tentacle-like roots meander a fairly large distance before plunging into the ground. When the Variki see you approach, they get agitated and they look hungry. Definitely hungry, like dozens of hungry grapefruit-sized furry pink spiders. The stuff of nightmares. Your pet Riki Tiki doesn't seem scared of them at all. I guess I'll fight them.
Flashback.
I feel bad fighting it while my Variki is there. I didn't want to show our Riki Tiki that we would attack a Variki just because they're in the way.
End of flashback.
Shall we fight a bunch of grapefruit-sized furry pink spiders? I think so. We have to reach a goal of 65 points total, and we have 3 rounds to do so. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I actually have a plan. 2, 3, 4. So if you look, I got 6 points for being a straight of 2, 3, 4. I get 3 points for matching colors, and then I get all the points that are on the card. So I got 20 points from that hand alone. All right, let us +1 for each unplayed card. Maybe I should just do this. Like so. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of this. Look at this, I did. I love. All right, so we won the challenge, and now we're gonna see how our fight against the Variki is gonna go. Well, that wasn't so hard. You smack a couple of them to the ground, and the rest scuttle up to the boughs and hide there. You puff your chest out bravely and walk on. Wow, how brave of us. Like, again, they're grapefruit size. They're like this big, and we were just like, and they just all ran away. Such bravery I've never seen before. Let's go ahead and try this event. A dense cloud of pollen makes it hard to even see your hand in front of your face. It's a good thing you have a helmet with a filter. It's not perfect though, and it doesn't help with visibility. Let's be patient and look carefully. The pollen is very dangerous. We've already established the pollen can potentially, like, get into your brain and hypnotize you. The pollen clouds eventually shift, and you're able to see glimpses of the path through. It looks clear. Stroll through. No problem this time. Okay, that was a waste of an event. Okay, and I think at this point we're gonna go ahead and do the story event here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is gonna be the event that we need. So as a reminder, our colony is currently starving. We do not have enough food. We are out here foraging for food in hopes of finding a food source to help our family, our community survive. So manifest for me that this is what this is, because I am stressed and I want to help. We're 14 years old and I really want to help. I really want to be able to find food for our colony. You spent some time working in geoponics, so you know your way around a plant or two. Walking through this area, you notice something different about it. The bare ground feels bouncy, like a trampoline, and the plants all look weirdly stunted. I feel like this is going to be the weird hypnotic fungus. Not a lot can stifle nature here, so it's honestly a little weird there's no grass or moss growing here. Notice the strange spongy soil. You peer down at this oddly bouncy ground. It's pink and fleshy, and wait, is it even ground? You kneel and take a closer look. More like a kind of dense moss or coral, maybe. You press a hand into the moist, squashy substance. It smells sweet and starchy like cake. It blankets the ground here in a thick sponge-like layer, swallowing up everything it touches. Ew, gross. But it smells so good. You dig a large chunk of the sponge cake up to bring back to geoponics. Further analysis is needed, but you have a good feeling about this one. Did we just find food? Did we literally just find, like, a sponge cake type mushroom that we're gonna all end up eating? Did we do it, chat? I think we may have. I think we may have just found a food source and saved our entire community. I am looking forward to seeing if that ends up being the case. All right, so we have enough stress to be able to do one more event. Let's do one more event with an animal, and then we will go home. All right. A curious Variki blocks your path. It's acting strange, continuing to scurry up trees and hanging upside down to get a different angle to look at you, then dropping down when you try to pass underneath. It may be small, but it's at least attempting to be intimidating. That must mean something. It's not even interested in your pet Variki. It's interested in you. Even Riki Tiki looks unsure and hides between your legs. We're gonna puff up and be brave. Let's approach it. All right, what is this? Sort cards by suit. Oh, that's nice. So let's start with, oh, let's do this. Oh, this is a good one. Good start, good start. All right, so let's do that and that. 3, 4. Should we do a straight maybe? Like so? That gives us 22, so we just need 27 with our last hand. +3 during social challenges. This is a social challenge, so let's use that. Let's go. And we get +5. We get 5 kudos if it equals the goal. So why don't we just go with this? Get some extra money. Easy peasy. All right. The Variki runs up your leg. It's a giant spider thing, and it's got weird tentacles and get it off. The urge to dance around and shake it off is almost uncontrollable, but you manage to keep your cool. The Variki tastes you with its tentacle feeler legs, but doesn't look interested in causing you harm. It pokes at your backpack trying to get in, then gives up and scurries off. Super cute. So what we're establishing is that Variki are really curious and adorable, just like our little pal, Riki Tiki. We love Riki Tiki the Variki. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. Also, this screen. Isn't this screen gorgeous? It's so pretty. Like, look at the detail and the colors. I love it. All right, so what did we got some perception and biology. That's good. Most importantly, it's time for Vertumnalia, the yearly midsummer celebration when the colony gives thanks for its good fortune. Don't worry about the fact that we just found a food source that might save our colony. It's Vertumnalia. Vertumnalia is much more important than finding a food source to save our entire community. Well, it would be Vertumnalia, but as you file into the main square, you can't help but notice that the feast table is nearly empty. What Anne lacked in resources, she made up with care. The dishes are lovingly plated, soy cakes glisten, steam rises from buns stuffed with mince, and there are great pitchers of vegetable broth rendered out from even the most inedible food scraps. There's a neat stack of sugar cubes for dessert. Whole sugar, what a luxury! In an underwhelming feast, that will be the highlight. Governor Eudicott's welcoming speech this year is short. Her frail body trembles as she welcomes you all to Vertumnalia with a dry, whispery voice, then has to be helped off the stage. Like all of you, she has been feeling the effects of the famine. Everyone clears away the chairs for the annual competition. Which one do you participate in this year? Well, I mean, we obviously have to maintain our title as the bot marathon winner. We've won for the past how many years? Let's look. We are the bot athlon champion 3 years running. Let's make it 4, shall we? This time it's a pentathlon. Com always adds something new every year, but no one's really at their best given the rationing. Running around sweating in the hot suns seems like a luxury nobody can afford, even the energetic kids. The spectators wave fans listlessly as Com introduces what the edition this year will be. Thumb wrestling! Last 30 seconds against Com, or get a time penalty. Nemi's face falls. No fair, she exclaims. Com's the ship-wide thumb wrestling champion. He talks about it all the time. Ugh, he's the worst. Com just shrugs and blows his whistle for you to get into position. Chat, tell me, are you good at thumb wrestling? I've always been terrible at it. I've never been good at thumb wrestling. Like, I don't know. It's always been a struggle for me. Like, it's not a difficult game. It's just, I don't know. I've never been good at it for some reason. Start the pentathlon. All right, look at all the cards in my hand. Holy heck. Let's do this. We'll start with a nice straight for 15. And then maybe that. 21. And then we just need 21 for the rest of it. Easy. All right, let's do that. And, oh, I don't know. That, maybe? Yeah, that works. Our toughness is going up. That's nice. We're currently at toughness 41. That's not bad, considering we have the debuff because we're literally starving. You don't beat Calm at the thumb wrestle. Nobody can. He's the best. But you do manage to hold on through 30 tense seconds of maneuvering and fake-outs and double fake-outs. This man is a hustler. Hustler? That's not what it says. The man is a master. In fact, the things you learn from Calm in those 30 seconds can be applied to the bot you have to wrestle at the end of the contest. You wonder how you never noticed before how much of bot wrestling is finesse, not just brawn. You win handily. Nemi whines at Calm for being unfair, but she still takes second place. Let's go. We are the bot athlon champion 4 times running. We also gained the popular status and another memory. Let's go. After the festivities, the whole colony takes a few days off for a break. Well, except for geoponics, and the foragers, and the kitchens, and everyone who uses the break from their usual work to help out in the places that didn't close. Okay, so it's really not a break, but you can try to take it easy anyway. That's cool. We still got a negative 50 to our stress, which is great. So when are we gonna get the feedback off of the thing that we found, huh? We found sponge cake. Is anybody gonna give us some recognition for that? Maybe Mom? Mom, did you get the chance to look at the plant that I found? Your mom has always been one of the strongest people in the colony, but you can tell the famine is taking its toll on her. Between the long hours, the lack of sleep, and the strict rationing, she's beginning to look gaunt. Oh no. Dad? You spot your dad poring over some plant samples. Never should have wasted my time on those beans, he grumbles. I thought for sure. I checked them over and over. He sighs and scrubs his face. Too late now. Oh, Dad, it's not your fault. You did your best. Alright, so I mean, I guess... Because it's not in our inventory, so I'm assuming that it's gonna be an event. It's gonna pop up probably once we hit wet season. So I guess we're just gonna have to find a way to spend our time until we get to wet season. Because remember, wet season was gonna be the time when we apparently start running out of food if we didn't find something. But we did find food out in the Vertigo Plains, so hopefully that's enough. I really don't know what else I can do, because I don't have any other options available to me. I don't think. Like, let me just check and see if there's anything new. Oh, the colony shortfall is down -90 instead of 100. That's good. So should I continue foraging? Because there aren't any more story events, though. There weren't any more story events out there. That's the thing. So I don't think there's anything else I can find, right? Should I exhaust the events that are out there? Because if we look, foraging in the valley... There's 7 events remaining that I haven't done. I'm not going to be able to finish all of them because I only have... It's 15 stress to do an event, and I have 50 stress left. So I can do 4 of those 7 events. I'm thinking I should keep foraging and see... Maybe there's another event that I missed that would find food. I think I'm going to go do another month of exploring just to be safe. So we're going to continue foraging in the valley and see if... there's something else that we missed, because at this point, I just want to help as much as I can. So, here we go. A line of termite-like insects crosses the path here. Curious, you follow them to their destination, a massive sponge-like hive of crawling bugs, writhing with life. The bugs are tending to larvae nestled in the holes of the sponge, feeding on the rich royal jelly that oozes from the hive. I feel like they're using spongy as a descriptor for literally everything in this valley. Like, I feel like the spongy ground, the spongy fungus, the spongy hive, the spongy abdomen of the bug that we found earlier. Maybe that's purposeful. Oh, Oh, it's another squeeger hive! The hive queen has chosen this spot to root herself to the ground, her swollen abdomen, forming the spongy hive that sustains her children. You're a little afraid of her acid, but the royal jelly looks tasty. Oh, that's wild! We found another squeeger hive. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. I want to find some more food for my family. So let's do this. There we go. 17 points for a starting hand. Not terrible. Then we will do this, 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 and that. Look at that hand. 47. 47. Now 20 for the last hand. Easy. Then I guess we could do like a 4, 5, 6 situation here for a straight. Yeah, and then just do that. Excellent. Let's go. We did pretty well with that. Love that. More animal skill. We're getting up there. Our animal skill is currently at 80. Oh, I think that's what we need for our next event too. You get in there and squeeze out some jelly from one of the hive queen's many holes, somehow managing not to get sprayed too badly by her acid. Some lands on your arm, in the back of your hand, and sizzles briefly, but you keep your calm long enough to escape with your bounty. Let's go. So we got a little bit of stress, we got money, we got food, yes, we got colony food, got animal skills, and we got... What a name for an event or a memory. Milking the Squeeger. Yes, milking the Squeeger. All right. So what that did do, though, that did establish that we were correct in continuing to forage. If we do the events properly, we get food, which is really, really good. So let's keep on keeping on, shall we? Something about the ground here draws your attention. It's oddly lumpy. What's up with that? Let's scope it out and find out. Maybe it's more of that like sponge cake thing that we can eat. That would be good, right? You know, it actually might be worth just doing this. Oh, no, that's not, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Because we have 2 cards that get bonuses for cards with gems. So I'm thinking that we should probably use one of our items. Maybe we can draw a card here. Oh, oh my god, that's even better! Ah! Oh no, that is, okay. Let's draw another card. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this then, because these cards don't have benefits to them. We'll get 13. Now we can take advantage of this, right? So we can do this and this. This. Why don't we do this, actually? That's a straight. I wish we could do this one too, but I feel like that might not be worth it for our final hand. So let's do this. Yeah, that was actually a good call. That was a good call. There we go. 33. We got the super goal, which means we should get some extra stats, which is what we want. Oh, it's perception though. Bummer. Whoa, it's a potato minefield. Underground, the recent rain has swelled the young melons to bursting. You better watch where you step or you'll end up knee-deep in potato juice. The good news is, they're tasty. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't realize that potatoes were melons. I thought they were, I mean, based on the name, I thought that potatoes were more like potatoes, but, you know. Let's forage one. They're so dang heavy, the calorie to weight ratio isn't optimal. Most are too young, but you find a ripe one, dig it up, and roll it back to the depot. Let's go! We're making a dent in the colony food shortfall. I'm so happy. So we should be able to do... We're gonna be able to do one more event, exactly. Look at this! Look at them, they're so cute! I love them! A bristle slug is rooting around in the underbrush. It's like a little porcupine with no legs. Well, little is relative. It comes up to your waist and must be at least 100 kilograms. You sniff few of these up at geoponics. They're easy to catch and their spines and berries naturally fall off and are edible, a chewy, renewable source of food. Kind of like a jerky. Maybe you can catch one. Yes. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get a bristle slug to have at home. That's gonna be so cute. Also, look how cute they are. I love that. Let's try to catch it. Oh, I didn't notice. If you look up at the challenge banner up top, the bristle slug is actually on there. Oh, and the float cow on the right as well. I didn't realize. Very cute. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. 24. Oh, too bad we don't have a 3. Maybe I shouldn't do this. 7, 6. Oh, what a bummer. This is not optimal here. Yeah, that works out. We'll do that. I was saving these cards in hopes of getting cards with gems. Oof. Oh well. Alright, so 6, 7, 3, 4, 5? Look at that straight. 11 points from that straight. I love it. You're pretty sure that this one is a female because it has bristles on its butt as well as its head. Her eyes are a deep green. You think you'll call her Emerald. She seems calm in the net, like she isn't too worried about where she might be going. You crouch down with a clump of leaves and she sticks her muzzle through the net and eats them right out of your hand. Her whiskers tickle. You pat her forehead and pack her off to the geoponics barns. You could visit her there later too if you'd like. Oh my goodness, I got food, lots of money, and we unlocked tending animals in geoponics. I love that. And now that'll be a really good way for us to bump up our animal skill probably. I love that. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. Hey, I feel like we did really well. We got a lot of food from that. All right, let's go and check the notice board and see just how good we did in finding food. Oh, we got a new perk. Native Botany. Unlock Xenobotany research in geoponics. Let's go. So what does that do? Xenobotany. Explore the Xenobotany lab. Hey, kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I've really got my hands in things here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pools on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I'd drain this little beauty. Can you, get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck, it's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of you kids to come help me out with researching the native plants, he says. You think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? Dad, I would do anything for you. I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as Gen Tech research with instance, but it is important. Papa, I will work with you. I want to spend time with you. I will carry on the family legacy because I'm really worried you're gonna die. But yes, I would love to work with you. He grins. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know? But if it were up to her, we'd fill these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else. But there's gotta be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you can find any cool plants while you're exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. Let's go. We unlocked a new thing. So now we have research xenobotany. I want to know what that gives me. Okay, we'll look at that later. Let's go ahead and look at the notice board and see. So last time we checked the notice board, we were at negative 90% food. We brought it down to negative 60. That's actually really, really great. I like that. Okay, we did good. We did good, chat. All right, so we are completely stressed out, so we have to spend the last month of the Season of Dust resting. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna relax in the park, and we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that the pet upgrade activates. So we have this here, upgrade pet cards via relaxing in the park. So hopefully this activates. I would really like to upgrade Riki Tiki, because Riki Tiki deserves love. Hey, Squirt, your mom calls out to you. Don't you think it's time you started thinking about what you're gonna be when you're older? You look at her in confusion. Isn't she always telling you to stay in school? She chuckles. You gotta think about it sometime, kid. How about you come join your folks on the farm, if you think you're up for it? Oh, dear. I thought I was gonna get to, like, make a choice, you know? I thought I was gonna get to make a choice later. I didn't think I'd have to What are my other options, though? I mean, I did say I wanted to work here, but I also was considering working in, like, surveying as well, like the surveying stuff, the expeditions. Oh my gosh, am I ready to... Is this gonna lock me in? I hope it doesn't lock me in, because my biology skill is very low. Unti says this doesn't commit you to it. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's the perfect clarification I needed. So if it doesn't lock me in, then yes, I'm ready to work with you and learn about what you do. I'm not sure if this is what I want to do the rest of my life, but I'm ready to work with my family. Your mom claps you on the back. Ooh, she's just as strong as she looks. Great, she says. Come see me in geoponics when you're ready to start. It'll be more fun than wheeling dirt around. I promise. Awesome. Okay. Let's go! And let's see, do we want to forget any of these memories? No, I don't. Those are good memories. And so we enter the wet season. All right. We are in the wet season. I am going to just double check. I want to check the notice board to see where we're at, if anything changed. We're still at negative 60% for colony food shortfall. All right. So the question is, what do we do now? That is the question. We have 4 more months left in this year, 3 months in the wet season, and 1 month of glow, and then our 5th year will be over on Vertumna.